This is Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth, and in this video I'm going to explain to you what no one seems to be saying about the Donald Trump assassination attempt. But before I get into that, there are a multitude of questions that need to be answered. Like, why did it take over 2 whole minutes for police and Secret Service to act while people were screaming and pointing to them that there was a shooter?
He was doing his job. I wouldn't even be doing this. I'd be at some beautiful place with a gorgeous ocean.
Look, they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there, see him? He's laying down. You see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And son, I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a senator.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And it's
There he
not
is.
easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people, criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here. And it's much tougher than if it happened. We have the strongest border ever. In recorded history, we're the best border. In fact, if they could ever put up a chart, I don't know if they can do it. Do you guys have access to that chart that I love so much? You don't mind if I go off teleprompter, do you? Because these teleprompters are so damn boring, I try and explain that. Oh, there's it. Wow. You guys are doing it. They're getting better with time. My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. See the big red arrow, right? So that's when I left office. That was the lowest point, and that comes right from the government services, comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit over that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that says, what happened.
Multiple eyewitness accounts revealed how they were pleading with the police and the Secret Service to do something about the guy that they saw crawling onto the roof with a gun.
So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking, I'm estimating here, I have no idea, you know, but we noticed the guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, you know, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? You know, like they didn't know what was going on. You know, we're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. You know, he's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
I was just standing there like everybody else, waiting for Trump. And as Trump started, I noticed 2 officers that were looking for something or somebody. I was looking around myself and seeing a guy on top of one of the buildings go in between one building to the next, and went and told the officer that he was up there. And when I went back to my spot, I heard that people could still see the person from where they were standing. So I checked that out. And I went back to tell the officer that if he came over there, he could see them. And when I turned my back is when the shots started. And then it took me a second or two to figure out exactly what it was.
If that wasn't crazy enough, here's some other things that don't add up. Why was the shooter able to climb up a perfectly placed ladder to gain access to the roof? He was able to take the most obvious sniper position available. Why did these Secret Service members, who were facing in the shooter's direction, watch him for 45 seconds, allowing him to fire before returning fire? In this clip here, you can see them staring through their scopes in the direction of the shooter for 45 seconds before he shoots.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Why did one cop climb the ladder, spot the shooter, and then retreat, allowing him to shoot? The Associated Press reports that a local law enforcement officer climbed to the roof and found Crooks, who pointed the rifle at the officer. The officer retreated down the ladder, and the gunman quickly fired towards Trump, the official said. That's when U.S. Secret Service gunmen shot him, officials said. And speaking of the Secret Service, why was Trump's security detail filled with incompetent women who can be seen fumbling around, looking completely disorganized, not even able to holster their own weapon, more concerned with looking the part, and actually cowering and ducking when they should be shielding and protecting, which is pretty hard to do when you're a couple of feet shorter than the one who you're supposed to protect. Why is the female director of the Secret Service focusing on hiring 30% more women?
To expand hiring, they're aiming to have 30% women recruits by 2030, and even allowed YouTube influencer Michelle Carre to train with agents.
But I'm very conscious as I sit in this chair now of making sure that we need to attract diverse candidates and ensure that we are developing and giving opportunities to everybody in our workforce, and particularly women.
That workforce will be pivotal for the 2024 campaign season.
What's pivotal now is questions about the shooter that needs to be answered. Like, why was he able to walk 150 yards with his rifle from his van, which had explosive devices in it, all the way to the building that he would shoot from? Why would he allegedly donate to a liberal Act Blue political action committee while also registering as a Republican? And we apparently know this despite the fact that he never posted to social media. So he's an extremist would-be assassin, but he never posted any political writings or commentary on any social media sites. And there's also no manifesto that would explain why he did it. And his last and only political act before attempting to kill the Republican candidate was to register as a Republican. Why did he appear in a commercial produced by the investment company BlackRock, who ended up deleting the video? Reuters reports Thomas Crooks, the suspect in Saturday's attempted assassination of former U.S. President Donald Trump at a campaign rally, briefly appeared in an advertisement for BlackRock. The company said on Sunday, in 2022, we ran an ad featuring a teacher from Bethel Park High School in which several unpaid students briefly appeared in the background, including Thomas Matthew Crooks, the world's biggest asset manager, said in an emailed statement to Reuters. BlackRock said it will make all video footage available to the appropriate authorities and has removed the video from circulation. But it looks like he's already inspired people. Check out what Jack Black's band Tenacious D just said live yesterday at a concert.
Happy birthday, make a wish, Canada. Don't miss Trump next time.
The crowd laughs at this sick suggestion. But is that really a big surprise when you consider that the mainstream media has been equating Donald Trump to literally Hitler for the past 8 years? Here's one small example out of hundreds of outlets who have been doing this and who are now complacent in this.
The dehumanizing rhetoric of Adolf Hitler is once again alive and well on a national political stage. This time, of course, in the United States. Donald Trump, a couple times over the weekend, referred to immigrants from South America, Africa, and Asia. He did not mention Europe. South America, Africa, and Asia as, quote, poisoning the blood of our country, which it's not hyperbole. That does very directly echo Adolf Hitler's language before World War II. To open up a copy of Hitler's Mein Kampf, you would find the Nazi leader describing the mixing of non-Germans with Germans as poisoning. There's really no other way to say it. Donald Trump's language mirrors this directly.
News flash, folks. If you're telling people that he's literally equal to Hitler, someone out there is going to think that the right thing to do is to take him out. This was accepted free speech, and there's many more just like her. So having said all that, here's the major point that I need to make in this video that everyone seems to be missing. And this is incredibly important, so please don't let anything distract you. So here it is. If the deep state, aka the secret government, wanted Donald Trump dead, he would be dead. Period. Let me say that again. If the deep state, also known as the secret government, wanted Donald Trump dead, he would be dead. Do you really think that the powers that ought not be, who have been manipulating US politics since the Kennedy assassination, are going to allow this reality TV star to come along and disrupt their system of control? Of course not, folks. He's in this race and in this position because the powers that ought not be have allowed that to happen. Divide and conquer is the name of the game, and he is their perfect guy to get that job done. After being shot, he literally said, "Fight, fight, fight." Civil war is what they want, folks. And civil war is what they're going to get. Because order out of chaos is their modus operandi. So here's the big takeaway from today's video. We must not let this event condition people into falling back into the false left-right paradigm where democracy is the illusion of choice. Your votes don't matter. Both sides are controlled by the same interests. And until people figure that out, things are only going to get worse. So no, I don't think this was staged. And no, I don't think that the deep state was trying to take out their own puppet. I do, however, think that they will use this to keep statism alive and well. Unless, of course, we continue to press for truth. And guys, if you appreciate my efforts to do just that, please check out the top link in the description below to where you can find me at pressfortruth.ca/donate. Thank you so much to everyone who takes 1 minute today to contribute to my efforts here at Press for Truth. I can't do this work without you. And that's all for today, everyone. Please click that thumbs up button. Make sure you share this video with everyone who you think needs to see it the most. And stay tuned, my friends. We're gonna have more video reports coming soon, God willing. This is Dan Dicks reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.